that time. You're going to get the information. And if I may add, a lot of the accounts that were closed at that time went on to other Swiss banks. So you will get it if the IRS makes the same request under the treaty as to other Swiss banks.
Right. But of course, the Swiss Parliament has amended the law so that we have to make certain proofs before we can get the information from those other banks. It's bits and pieces are provided to us instead of the names. Instead of your going back and giving us the names, which is what will allow us to collect the taxes, instead you hide behind Swiss secrecy laws. So we're interested in collecting taxes as well that are owed, that have been evaded, and we need the cooperation of the banks in order to do that. But if the banks won't cooperate, citing Swiss secrecy laws, then we simply have got to use our own domestic laws to force cooperation from the banks. Now, you cite Swiss secrecy laws, and I gather you said, I think, Mr. Dugan, that you don't agree with those laws. Is that correct?
Well, I think our position is very clear, which is we are ready to provide any information that we can legally provide. But I think that, as you point out, the issue that we have is we have two different legal jurisdictions, and therefore, for us to break the law in one jurisdiction in order to provide that information is difficult for us to do. But I think the most important thing from our point of view, we can't necessarily influence these discussions between governments and how they proceed. We are ready to provide any information that we can provide legally, and we do believe that the new treaty approval would actually provide a lot of facility for the IRS and for the DOJ to actually get a lot of the information that they need. That's our belief.
Yeah. Well, I've indicated that we hope that treaty will get ratified, but it's got its limits, and it doesn't. A number of its limits are that it doesn't apply to thousands of accounts of people who owe us money. And you folks have not been willing to give us more than 238 of those accounts. That means that we lose billions of dollars in tax collections, and that's unacceptable to us. And if we're not going to get cooperations from the Swiss,